We're less than a month from the June 11th primaries, and the races are heating up. Evidence that South Carolina does want change, particularly in the state's very large 6th District. Here with me is Republican candidate Justin Scott. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me, Layla.
So we are talking about change. We do have an incumbent running, one that has been in place for 30 years now. Of course, we're talking about James Clyburn. But now we've got so many people that have filled the pool who are wanting to take up that seat. Why did you decide to run?
I decided to run because I feel there is an inherent need for change, and I feel the people want that. I want to leave a better place for my children, all the children of the community, and I think that it's really time for ordinary people to step up and go play a role in these congressional positions.
Indeed. And this is your first time running for public office?
Yes, that's correct.
And what has the experience been like so far?
Hectic. Ups, downs, you know, it's nice you get out and people recognize you and you feel good about things, and then other times it's, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? But you stick with it and you try your best and you let the voters decide the outcome. Now,
the 6th District, very large district made up of 14 counties. But did you grow up in these areas?
No, I grew up in South Jersey.
Okay.
I moved here in 2017.
You did, okay.
Yeah, so we've been here about almost 5 years now.
Almost 5 years.
Almost
5 years. And so coming from a different place, well, you came from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right. So once you moved to South Carolina, you made that first leap and you were very happy in doing so, but now you're starting to see that there are changes that you want made.
Yeah, and that's you know, that's a federal issue, right? South Carolina is a great place,
sure,
but the federal issues are, you know, term limits, limited spending, you know, becoming more responsible with the taxpayers' money.
Yeah, and what do you have to say about incumbent James Clyburn, who has been in this position for more than 3 decades?
I don't know much about Jim Clyburn himself, but I can tell you when I look at the district, and we're one of the poorest districts, one of the least educated districts, that just goes to show you that maybe he's not the right person for the job.
How would you go about changing it?
That's a tough one. We really need to get teachers paid well. You know, they struggle to find quality teachers because of pay, and here we are, the disparity of poor and rich, you know, so some of that needs to happen. But just to start, that's a tough one. The issues are so big, I don't know how you can quite confound it to one thing and say, I'm going to change this, you know, especially on a federal level.
Right. So Duke Buckner, he is also a Republican candidate who's thrown his hat in the ring again. This is his second time running for the seat. What sets you apart from Duke? Because you're running as a Republican. He is also a Republican. I'm sure you have a meeting of the minds. Is there anywhere that you differ on points?
I guess we would differ in, you know, just maybe general upbringing. I don't know Duke's background story 100%, you know. I know he's a lawyer, you know, he's tried his hand here in some political stuff. I know his father was in the community politically. I'm just an ordinary guy that grew up in the construction industry for 28 years. I currently run a welding and fabrication business. And I know if I were to run my business and my life the way the government runs things, I could quite frankly be in jail.
Goodness, okay.
Is what it comes down to.
Goodness, all right. So you say to also have fiscal responsible spending, also securing our borders. So what is your thought on the border crisis today?
The border crisis is a disaster. We have over 10 million undocumented, unauthorized, illegal, whatever you want to call it, but they have come into this country illegally, and they have now been dispersed throughout all our communities in America. And we're seeing that play out firsthand right now. Crime is on the rise, and even getting back to fiscal responsibility, it costs money to take care of people that aren't out there for themselves in the workforce. So it really hurts the taxpayers in the long run. Okay. And we don't know who these people are aligned with.
Indeed.
And I'm sure there are some bad actors that have made their way into this country.
Well, for anybody watching that wants more information on Justin Scott as candidate, Republican candidate for Congressional District 6, you can go to his website, and I'm sure you've got events coming up eventually, so we've got the primaries coming up. I want to thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We're back after this.